Will, you seriously don't remember.
Does anyone else know about it?
Thunder doesn't.
You remember.
Don't. Yes, I remember. And so does Raggy.
There's always some type of point where the world collapses.
I want Will to be able to remember. I don't want all of those months and all the things that we learned and came back together for to be lost.
How would you like a deal?
You want to make a deal? You help me figure out how I can restore Will's memory.
It's a deal.
I guess we are really gonna figure out both sides of the poker chip, aren't we? Live chat. Show the outfit.
I can go live. Sound good?
A little spin.
I feel like we need to bring something back to the server because it's kind of just us building now. What if you and I built like an arena, like a Coliseum type build? And what if you and I host like a game event? I think maybe we name our city Olympia.
Do you not remember when we translated our team name into from the Burn Clan to the Kaiser?
From what?
This is serious. Do you not remember it at all? Like you're not just playing with me? Like you don't remember it?
I just don't remember it. But I don't really think there is anything to remember because I have a pretty good memory, so I don't know how I could just forget.
Hey, Raggy,
Yes.
I need to have a little bit of
I'll be right back.
conversation over here. What happened to our deal?
Deal?
With Will, you said that you'd make it so that he can remember, and he obviously does not remember. What happened?
I have no recollection of making any deals.
I should have figured.
Figured.
Since you know you're actually here this time.
What do you mean?
I think I made a very costly mistake.
What mistake is that?
Nothing to be worrying about now. Instead, if, we could further discuss this somewhere. So, you heard my voice with no body. It was just disembodied.
But also Simon heard it and Thunder. Something very interesting. They introduced themselves to Will as Rage Demon.
Now that is indeed a name I haven't heard in a while.
Raggy, you're scaring me. That
I
wasn't
am
actually
serious.
you. I thought you were kidding.
That was not, no.
I'm kind of hoping that I didn't, just make a deal with the devil.
If everything adds up and it sounded like me, making a deal with the devil would be much better.
If I'm remembering correctly, and I'm gonna be honest, man, I haven't been remembering so great recently. I mean, ever since we had this talk.
But you've been, let me just fact check this. You've been kind of having dissociate things. You're not remembering that much. If it is who you think it is, or at least who you see it is, then genuinely, the only thing I can see is pray. He's a deal maker. And most of the time, he takes more than the soul. He takes control and uses you to manipulate others, to take control of the world.
And why are you telling me this?
Because if you're being serious, I'm kind of inclined to give you the fair amount of warnings, and if you're not, and I find out that you're lying to me, I have a few ways to make people a bit forgetful. But it's not nefarious, it's more or less for safety reasons.
I remember dying in the last world, in the last hypersmp. Me and Will had a bit of a misunderstanding. I tripped and fell off of the tower that he was building. I woke up and I was in this world. Yes, I'm certain. But when I was talking to him about it, he said I got dragged to the depths of hell by some demon.
By some demon?
Yeah.
Quite sure he means him.
So he dragged me to hell. But yet that's the only reason I still have my memories. So wouldn't it make sense that he did that to save me?
No. Believe me. There is nothing that thing can do that is ever a good intention.
How do you know him?
Long time ago, I was quite the asshat, raining hell upon everything and everyone. As punishment, I got split into two. One cast down to hell, and one up here. The one up here is more merciful, more humane, and the one down there is evil incarnate. Normally you would get a god to help you with this sort of situation, but as I've said, most of them are just gone. they've just died eternally.
So I made a deal with.
Something worse than the devil.
The deal was that Will would get his memories back the next time I see him, and he doesn't have them back.
Were you
I'm
specific?
trying to remember what he said for what my payment was.
In the meantime, be very cautious, be very safe. We'll try and sort it out, but for now, it looks like he isn't really coming to collect his due, which is good. It's gonna buy you some time. And with this time, I would definitely suggest looking for the last few gods in this world.
Let's schedule him back with Will. Hi, Will.
Okay, so Raggy, what are you doing right now?
Do you think this is a good design, Will? Because what I wanted to do, right, make kind of like a descending like bridge to lead over here above this little thing. What should I do with it? Maybe I could use the pink wood instead of birch.
And put one of in the wings of the window.
Hi! We may or may not have ourselves a problem.
You said you made a deal with the devil?
Yeah. Remember the last time we talked? After all you guys left, me and Rage Demon were still talking. And he was like, you want to get Will's memories back? I was like, yeah, I really, really do. And he was like, well, you know I can do that, right? I can bring Will's memories back. I was like, okay, but at what cost? And he was like, don't worry about the cost. We made a deal. But, so Raggy came over here and found our base and started working with us. I was like, yo, Will still doesn't remember anything. He doesn't remember making that deal. And then I said something about how he wanted to be called Rage Demon instead of Raggy.
Then that wasn't Raggy then.
That's what he told me. He said that.
Sid.
I know. It's really bad. It's.
You made a deal with the devil.
Or something far worse.
You know when they're due to collect? Well,
that's the issue. I think they've already started. I've been starting to have these gaps in my memory. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember building the windmill. And that was a project that took at least 2 weeks. If I don't remember doing something as big as building the windmill, then how do I know what else I've forgotten? What else I've done that I don't remember?
you've exchanged your memories for Will's.
Here's the issue, though. Why would he take my memories rather than giving Will back his? If he said he was going to give Will back his memories, why is he taking mine?
Maybe you can't make anything out of the air. If something has to be made, it has to come from somewhere. Your memories are being used for Will's memories.
So, Will remember. It'll be reverse.
Will, do you remember any ideas of a large canny filled with water, a huge castle floating over it?
No, Sid told me something about that. That sounded cool.
That's bad. He has no memory at all. Either the memories haven't started generating it, or it's gonna take a lot to bring it back. Then the main concern is, how much are you gonna lose?
Before he remembers.